G'day YouTube, welcome back to another video. Something a bit different. I know I usually stick with my tridents and my Shimpagoon black pine, but I have occasionally a few other bits and pieces. This is actually quite a nice and very unique little Chinese elm. The reason I like this is it's nice, very twisty trunk. It's actually quite nice and old. But it's got a whole bunch of just foliage out here. It looks like a bit of a mess. So today, before you can start to see the new buds coming out, new leaves coming out as well. So it's pretty much it's pretty much spring now for this tree. I haven't repotted this tree. It's in a deep pot. It doesn't need to be repotted this year. I'll be leaving that. But what I want to do is just come in and show you how, just to refine it a little bit. Firstly, you've got to think, is this the front? Or is this the front? So there's a few things with this tree. I really love the twisting on it, but both angles look really good. This angle probably has a better front. The tree's nice and coming towards you on this side. You definitely see the nice the trunk movement and so on. That's interesting. Well, we've got this side as well. It's quite nice. This main trunk comes a bit towards you, so maybe tilting it a little bit this way. You can't see the nice start of the base. Like I really think you need to start seeing this. But if you want to see this, the whole tree's at the back. So I think maybe this side's eliminated. That's eliminated. I do think maybe this side is the best side for the tree at the moment. You get to see the nabari there. You get to see the trunk going back and then coming back forward. Probably the best front at the moment on this tree. Very cute little tree. I just want to get some bit of wire on it just to show you the bit of maintenance work. The first thing I do is I come in and there's lots of little dead twigs you saw me pulling off before. So I'm going to come in and give those a trim. Not too many, but if they're dead, they're never coming back. So let's clean all that up. Use scissors or your branch cutters, but because this is so small, I can't really get in with my branch cutters. So that's what I'm planning to do. Just let me have a look. So really, you can see now it's getting very messy. I just want to be able to just square a couple of these branches and spread them out a little bit, just to give rather than that look. If you just wire it a little, put a bit of wire on it, just to spread them out. Not down too much, but just spread them out. I think just a nice little spread, and maybe work on the apex a little bit, just to give a bit more interest rather than just a bush and a clump. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing. Probably just need a very small aluminium wire, probably my 1.5 mil. Just grab that. I don't think I'd need anything bigger. Maybe for the top if I want to put more bends into it, but predominantly just using 1.5 mil throughout the whole tree. Should put all the branches into places. Now, because of the nice twisting trunk, I still want to have nice movement in the branches. I just don't want them straight, so you can see there's a lot of straight bits. Might need a little trim, but it won't be too much. But let's see how that goes, and I'll come back in a minute. Really, all I'm using today is my wire cutters and my branch or twig pruners. So let's get cracking. I usually start at the back, at the base. Still some dead bits. I predominantly try and wire two. I'm not going to wire the fine little twigs. I don't think I need to. I'm just trying to make sure I wire the main branches. So in this case, these two. So I'll be wiring using one branch to wire both. So I'll try and estimate how much I need. And you want to try and be careful because you don't want to be breaking branches. The thing you'll find, as you start to wire, you find more dead bits. So either you stop and take them off, or just remember them for next time and just come back and trim them off. So always two hands when you wire. it's very easy with Chinese elm to go in between the branches because they don't really get what's called bar branches on the other side. That's what I find. So they're nicely spaced usually. So I've wired these two branches. So really, if you can come in now and just go play around with it, bend them a little bit so you can see that bent quite nicely. Just give it a nice little twist. Yeah. So even though I've gone down in a bit, like down a little bit there, just to get it down, I try and bring that back up because kind of how deciduous trees come back up. So same thing with this guy. I'm not going to go in the same plane, just a little bit, maybe a little bit higher than him. So that's a bit lower, that's a bit higher. So you can see, and I haven't really trimmed anything yet. So you can see some of these guys are a bit big, but you know I might wire that and put it in a certain spot. But I want to get the main branches done. So something like that. Maybe this needs a little bit further down. Come back up. So usually what I do is I wire it and then I come in, but I just want to show you quickly how you'd how you'd go about it, and that's the kind of idea I wanted to try and achieve. So I'm just going to go through and wire as much as I want to on this tree, and then I'll come back and show you the finished result. I'll just do probably a quick time lapse of me wiring it up, just so you can see. But yeah, hope you're enjoying this. Well, then, hopefully you saw a bit of a time lapse there. Probably a bit longer than I wanted, but you can see how long it can take to just get some fine wire on a tree. 10 minutes or so to get that done. Yeah, this is just a brief, like a very nice, quick little set some of the structure so you can fill out the tree. Yeah, I like it. It's not too bad. Nothing to write home about, but it's a much cuter little tree now, much more interesting. Now, once it fills out with foliage, you'll be able to see a bit more pads and stuff like that starting to develop. I'm trying to get these to go upwards. I hope to get them to go down a little bit to start with, so they kind of go like this. I want them to come back up, kind of thing. But let's see how we go with developing that over time. But something a bit different today, guys, and a little Chinese elm. So I'm sure lots of you have Chinese elms, especially if you're starting out. So you can do lots of interesting things with Chinese elms. So this is one example. But you got to keep maintaining your trees. So you saw beforehand, it just looked like a little bush. Now you've got a bit more structure in it. Well, this is the first step to get to the next level and next level and next level. So just some of the little tweaks. I did wire the main trunk. Tried to see if I can bend it in and make it be interesting. But I left it at that angle. It just gave it a little bit of movement because it was straight before. And I kind of brought it in and back on itself to make an apex up there at the top. So yeah, never know. Looks okay to me. Looks a cute little tree. See how it develops over spring. Thanks guys for watching again. You can always subscribe to my channel just so you can get updates of new videos when I put them up. See you next time, guys.